Hey, Lamb. When did you last see Anita?
When I sent her to the testing room.
Why wasn't she given a rad suit?
I don't know, it's not my fault.
You deserve to lose your status. Now it's your turn to be a D-Link. The notice is glued to the door. Shut tight. Excuse me. Do you know anything about a subway?
I've dreamed about them.
Really?
First of all, I'm swimming around like... Then I get sucked up this long tunnel. It's all wet and warm, you know?
I was talking about a real subway. What would you do if you found a body?
Go through its pockets.
No, seriously. A girl I know has been murdered.
It's a sign of the times. There's nothing as cheap as human life. With the exception of this club. How do you know it was murder?
I only met her a few hours ago, and she was fine then.
My advice is to keep quiet. You can't help her now, so look after yourself. Or you might wake up dead one morning.
Never mind. Never mind. Is there a subway around here?
What?
I'm looking for the subway.
What are you, a train spotter? Hear that, Gallagher? This guy's a train spotter.
There's no law against that.
Only because there aren't any trains.
Look, guys, I'm not a train spotter.
Who asked you?
Excuse me. Is there a subway around here?
Oh, there used to be. The club was named after the station.
Where is the subway station?
You're standing in it. See the area in front of the stage. The track ran right through there.
Excuse me. Where does the locked door lead to?
Oh, that's the wine cellar.
Excuse me. Where does the locked door lead to?
To the wine cellar. Colston's the only one who can open it. It's programmed to read his fingerprints.
Never mind. They look really happy. Or stoned. Do you know Stairway to Heaven? Pressing the buttons doesn't achieve anything. Excuse me. Do you know a girl called Anita?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Why do you want to know?
She's been murdered. I found her body in the cathedral.
Can't see why you're telling me.
Excuse me. What's your name?
It's Eduardo. Why?
You're Anita's contact, right?
How come you know so much?
She left a message on her card.
Listen, do you know what's happened to Link?
I'm totally confused.
Link is a living, self-replicating organism. Originally, it served as an advisor to the Council, but it has gradually taken control.
How? And why?
We're really not sure. Hobart scientists have developed a virus. It will check Link's growth, if we can get it into the system.
Will you give me the virus?
I can't. It's been downloaded to Link Space. Anita was supposed to retrieve it, since she had a Shriebman port.
So have I. I owe it to Anita to get that virus.
No chance. It's bound to be guarded.
I can try at least. Excuse me. See you later. Don't wear out your thumbs. There's no reply. Maybe I could force it open with psychic energy. Or not.
Silence in court. Security Services, Department of Justice, Inc. Judge Chutney presiding. Court is now in session.
Silence! I recognize that villain. An habitual criminal if ever I saw one.
That's Mr. Greaves, my lord. The counsel for the prosecution.
Silence when you speak to me. Now, who is the first contestant?
Defendant, my lord. The case of Union Security Services versus Howard Hobbins.
Howard Hobbins. Come on up. Nice to see you, Howard. You're not nervous, are you?
Not really.
The defendant is accused of gross contempt and assault of a security officer.
Oh, intolerable. What have you got to say for yourself, eh?
I've been framed, Your Honour. May I elucidate, my lord?
Go on then, but hurry up about it.
Officer Blunt was investigating a complaint made against Hobbins. After questioning the defendant, he was the victim of an assault.
Ah, monstrous! Off with his head!
Just a flipping minute. Who's defending me?
Defence? Is he entitled to any?
I'm afraid so, my lord.
Upon my soul, whatever next? Who'd be silly enough to defend this wretch? Very well, let's get on with round one. Fingers on the buzzers, everyone.
I wish to call Officer Blunt.
Call Officer Blunt.
Please tell the court what happened.
I was assaulted.
And is the culprit present in the court?
That's him in the overalls.
I rest my case, my lord.
Good. Where's my black cap?
We haven't heard the defence, my lord.
Is it really necessary? Oh, go on. Just don't take all day.
Now then, Officer Blunt. What was the nature of your injuries?
I got very wet.
But you didn't suffer any physical harm.
I could have caught a nasty cold.
Tell the court how you got wet.
While patrolling on Bellevue, I was saturated by a sudden shower.
Did you ascertain its source?
Oh, yeah. I heard laughter from the walkway above.
So, you saw the accused pour the liquid?
I couldn't see anything. My eyes were full of water. But I'd recognize his laugh anywhere.
Just how well do you know Hobbins?
I've never met him before.
And yet you say you recognized his laughter.
I don't know.
Who lodged the complaint against Hobbins?
Objection, my lord. Defense is contriving to lead the witness.
It was a simple question. I wish to establish the seriousness of the complaint made against my client.
I shall permit the witness to answer. However, I'm awarding Mr. Greaves 5 points for a well-timed interruption.
So who did lodge the complaint?
It was Daniel Piermont.
What was Mrs. Piermont's grievance?
Cruelty to her pet dog. I interviewed Hobbins on 4 occasions, but he still hasn't confessed.
4 interrogations suggests harassment.
Objection, my lord. Officer Blunt is not the subject of this trial.
Quite correct. Objection sustained. 10 points to the prosecution.
No further questions, Your Honor. I'd like to question the defendant. Did you assault Officer Blunt?
Objection, my lord.
Why, man, what's wrong?
Repetition, my lord?
Objection overruled.
Are you guilty of assault, Howard?
Not me. I was fixing one of the cooling pipes, and it burst.
So Blunt's soaking was an accident?
Not exactly.
Why did the pipe burst?
Some joker had cut a power cable and overloaded the steam release in the power station. That's what damaged the cooling pipe.
Oh, I see. Did you laugh at Blunt's predicament?
Laugh? I'd nearly wet me pants.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Greaves, you may start the bonus round.
The facts speak for themselves, my lord. Hobbins is a cruel and callous man, with no respect for law and order. I recommend the maximum possible sentence.
Any comments from the defense?
I don't believe this is happening. This is total madness. You've all been warped in some way. And I think Link is the cause.
Silence! I've heard quite enough of this nonsense. So it's time for me to make my judgment. Howard Hobbins, you've won tonight's star prize. Life imprisonment. However, in view of your service to the city, I'm going to reduce your sentence. 2 hours community service. Court dismissed.
Excuse me. Never mind. I need to inspect your wine cellar.
Forget it, mister. Nobody gets in there but me.
Are we playing cards or what?
All right. This guy distracted me.
Is there a John in this place?
Why do you want to know that?
Well, I might need to use it. Surely the club's got to have one by law.
Have you seen the John Gallagher?
I don't need one. I don't drink like you do.
No, I've noticed that. Hey, get your hands off my drink, Buster.
Hey, music lover. If you're looking for the best in sounds, I got 'em. The music of the spheres right here on Earth. So come on, get your fingers on my buttons. Let's make beautiful music together.
How offensive. Why they put voices in these machines is beyond me.
I'm all warmed up for you, baby.
Shut up and let me check the selections. Oh, Lord, it's mostly country and western.
Nobody's perfect.
Ah, there are 3 tunes by the Resident Band.
So, what's your choice, big boy?
You search but find nothing. Excuse me. Excuse me. Never mind. Don't mind me. I can see you're busy. Never mind. Oh, nothing.
I'll have to search you again.
You're wasting your time.
Well, you don't appear to have stolen anything. Thank you for your cooperation.
Excuse me. Never mind. Excuse me. Thanks again for the port, Doc.
It's a pleasure to do business with you.
Excuse me. Can you match my fingerprints to those on this glass?
Oh, yes. My machine will do that automatically.
It's not against the law, is it?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Don't security use them to check people's identities?
If they do, it's the first time I've heard of it. The usual procedure for identification of suspects is a retina scan at the post-mortem. Now, about these prints you requested. Open the panel on my machine and insert the glass. Then place your hands in the otodermatome.
Will this hurt, Doc?
Oh yes, quite considerably.
It's a big box made of wood. It's made of thin chipboard. It's a solid wooden storage rack for wine bottles. I'd never shift that in 1,000 years. If it's for ventilation, it must lead somewhere. I can't reach it from here. That's too big and heavy to carry. That's too big and heavy to carry. That's too big and heavy to carry. It's disappointingly empty. The grill is too firmly attached to pull from the wall. The grill is too firmly attached to pull from the wall. Excuse me. Never mind. There's no reply. Excuse me. See you later. Won't open. That's probably because it's locked. The door's too sturdy to break open with a crowbar. The door has an old-fashioned lock on it. It's an old-fashioned cylinder lock. The door's too sturdy to break open with a crowbar. It would be quicker to break the door down. The big guy's sacks are spilling their contents. Nothing I could use that statue for. It's a little man carrying a log. Nothing I could use that statue for. His skin is cold, like plastic. His skin is cold, like plastic. She appears to have been exposed to radiation. His skin is cold, like plastic. I don't think a severed head would be any use. Wouldn't you know it? It's locked. The wheels are locked in place. It's too heavy to carry. I ought to move that trash. It's an old trick, but it still works. Central, High Green, Museum, and St. James. They must be the names of the old subway stations. The map is painted on a big sheet of metal. Not the sort of map you'd fold and put in your pocket. It's a map of the subway, which means I'm getting close to Link. The stairway has been bricked up. Why did I waste my time doing that? Being in this city must be cracking me up. The mechanism has rusted solid. Can't see anything, but I can feel a breeze. The subway. It's like a warren built by giant rabbits. The roof of the tunnel must have collapsed. There's something in there. Something horrible. There's something in there. Something horrible. There's something in there. Something horrible. It's out of reach. I'm not climbing up there just to get souvenirs. It's an old advertisement for Anchor Insurance. I wonder if Anchor's grandfather was a complete zero, too. The picture is covered with mold and dirt. I'm not climbing up there just to get souvenirs. It's the station's name, Museum. I'm not climbing up there just to get souvenirs. Uh-oh, the tunnel roof doesn't look too stable. Uh-oh, the tunnel roof doesn't look too stable. The outer skin is stretched and weakened. That thing's alive! I wonder what it is. There's no obvious way of opening it. The skin is too hard to cut. The skin is too hard to cut. The skin's too tough to tear with my fingers. It's penetrated the outer skin. The skin's too tough to tear with my fingers. The skin's too thick to puncture. The skin is too hard to cut. It's penetrated the outer skin. That patch of plaster looks damp and crumbly. I can't quite reach it. I've exposed the bricks beneath the plaster. The mortar holding those bricks has crumbled away. It's penetrated the outer skin. Ugh! I made a hole right through the vein. Ugh! I made a hole right through the vein. It's a medical robot. It's the controls for opening the cover. It holds the grill secure. I can't reach it from here. I can't reach it from here. Pulling the handle has loosened the grill. The grill will fall if it's stepped on.
Hello. I was not expecting a visitor. Allow me to introduce myself.
We've already met several times.
I am known as Walter, and I am the future.
You're not human, are you?
Now, whatever gave you that idea? I'm obviously not a machine. Or an animal. In fact, I differ little from you.
You're talking of a future designed by Link?
Certainly. It was not Link itself. Designed by your own fathers.
What are Link's plans for the real humans?
We are all members of the same family. We can coexist quite peacefully until they disappear through natural wastage.
What do you mean, natural wastage?
Following the sterilization program, The old humans will slip quietly into extinction. But ye need have no concern for the well-being of the human race, or for the future, come to that, since you have no future. Hello. I was not expecting a visitor. Allow me to introduce myself.
We've already met several times.
I am known as Walter, and I am the future.
Is this where you reproduce yourself?
Yeah, the genetic nursery. Here my kind are nurtured and grown, educated according to Link's needs.
You're not human, are you?
Now whatever gave you that idea? I'm obviously not a machine, or an animal. In fact, I differ little from you.
Has all this any connection with Overmen?
Indeed. Without the Overman connection, I might never have been conceived.
What are Link's plans for the real humans?
We are all members of the same family. We can coexist quite peacefully until they disappear through natural wastage. But ye need have no concern for the well-being of the human race, or for the future, come to that, since you have no future.
They don't appear to do anything. It's recharging itself at the power supply. It's activated by the robot's presence. How do you feel, Joe?
I'm completely operational, and all my circuits are functioning perfectly.
That's a relief. Is there any immediate danger?
If your presence here is detected, termination is more than likely.
Are there any other humans in this area?
Negative.
Are you really the Joey I grew up with? You don't sound like him.
That is unavoidable. My shell has a limited syntactic processor.
Oh well. At least you're not so argumentative. Stay close to me, Joey.
Hello. I was not expecting a visitor. Allow me to introduce myself.
We've already met several times.
I am known as Walter, and I am the future.
You're talking of a future designed by Link?
Certainly. It was not Link itself. Designed by your own fathers.
Is this where you reproduce yourself?
Yeah, the genetic nursery. Here my kind are nurtured and grown, educated according to Link's needs.
Has all this any connection with Overmen?
Indeed. Without the Overman connection, I might never have been conceived.
What are Link's plans for the real humans?
We are all members of the same family. We can coexist quite peacefully until they disappear through natural wastage. But ye need have no concern for the well-being of the human race, or for the future, come to that, since you have no future.